Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute little fake sugar cookie hearts. And these turned out really cute, and I think that they were very easy to make. So with that said, I'll show you how to make these. But before I leave, I want to invite you to my friend Craftie's YouTube channel. She spells her name Craftie. She also has a lot of wonderful Christmas projects on there. And I'll put a link to that in my show more description box below. And I'll also put the link to this pattern here. I just used the smaller heart pattern from the vintage angel heart ornament pattern that I gave you the last time, but I'll go ahead and put a link in the box down below as well. So with that said, stay tuned and I'll show you how to make these. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need some of this stiff white felt, and it's the non-adhesive type. Okay, and I bought this at Michael's. I was at Michael's today, and these were $1.19 per sheet. So it was $1.99, so I don't know if they've lowered the price because it's getting closer to Christmas and they sell a lot more of these or what. But I did take advantage of the sale and I picked up several sheets of this. Okay, so you're going to use the exact same pattern as we used in the vintage heart, the vintage angel heart ornaments. Okay, and there's two parts to that pattern, but the only part we're going to be using is the smaller heart. Okay, so you're going to cut these out just like you did for the angel heart ornament video, and then you're going to take your triple thick, and I just use my finger, but you can use a brush if you want. I just made a layer of triple thick on the front, making sure that I got all the edges, and I let it dry for, well, I live in a very warm and dry climate, so for me 12 hours was good enough, but you may need longer, it depends on where you live. And it does stiffen it up and make it harder, and so does the paint when you put that on. And the reason why I put the triple thick on first is because I wanted a skin on top of the stiff felt, so when I painted it, it would just paint nicely right over it and not soak it in like a sponge. Okay, and it worked out great, and as you can tell, they're very tough. Okay, now the paint that I used I bought at Walmart for $1.56, and it's called Cashew, and it's the Waverly paint, the matte finish. It's a chalk paint. Okay, and then once I painted these and I allowed these to totally dry, I turned it over on the back, and I just, from at this point, I just painted right on the back. I didn't put any triple thick on there or anything like that on the back. I just painted with this. Okay? Alright, but this is the side we'll be working on. Alright, so the next thing you're going to need is this Glitter Snow by Aleene's, and it's 4 ounces, and it says right up here, weather resistant formula. I really like this stuff, and even though it's a fairly small jar, it really does last a very long time because you don't need that much. And I paid about $4 for this a few months ago on Amazon, but I'm sure the craft stores would have them as well. So, and I know that I've seen some people on other tutorials use the little container of spackle they have at the Dollar Tree, but I picked this up because I just really liked the texture when I saw it. Okay, so I'm going to take a little popsicle stick, okay, and then you're going to need little candy sprinkles, but we're not using real candy sprinkles. We're using these little mylar curls from the Dollar Tree, and I put them in individual little baggies, but they look just like this. And I've seen some people haul these, and they called them seed beads, but I'm here to tell you these are not seed beads. These are ultra lightweight because they are basically curled mylar. See, I can even squish them down if I wanted to. You know, they won't stay squished down, but that's how soft they are. Okay, and you're going to need some iridescent glitter. This is the iridescent chunky glitter that they sell at Walmart. It's not very expensive at all. I think it's $2 and something cents for a nice sized jar. Okay, all right. So let's get started because I've yacked enough. I'm going to start with this one, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the glitter snow, and I'm going to make this like frosting. Okay. And I'm going to shape the fake frosting here to where a little bit of the cookie still shows on the edges. And just take your time with this part. There's no need to rush. And I like to give it kind of a whipped cream type look to it by making little swirls like this once you have everything kind of spread out. And you can pull upwards if you want to kind of help that along. Just take your time. And believe me, I'm not an expert at this. And I think it still will turn out nice, even so. Okay. And I'm spread this out over here. So I think that looks pretty good. Okay. I'm going to close this in between doing hearts though, because I just think it's smart. I'm going to take my glitter, sprinkle a little bit of that on. Okay. Now for the other candy sprinkles, I think I'm going to use the pink and the green. And just taking a little tiny pinch at a time. And I'll take some green too. And I would not recommend using just plain white acrylic paint in place of this snow, because when it dries, it will dry flat. This will dry and it'll still have the texture. Okay? And we're taking our time. There's no reason to rush. Okay, so I'm going to take my popsicle stick, and I'm not going to press down on the frosting because I don't want all of that to be flat. I'm just taking my stick and pressing the little candy sprinkles in just a little at a time, just like this. And it doesn't take much and they will stick. Yeah. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And if you want, you can always go back in and give it a little more of the sugary type sprinkle. I like to do a little bit at the beginning with the glitter and then add the little fake candy sprinkles and then come back in with more glitter, because that way I can kind of see, exactly how much I need. So I'm going to allow this to dry now. According to the jar, I think it says to let it dry for 24 hours. But once again, I think it depends on where you live. So this says let dry 24 hours and clean your tools with warm soapy water. Okay, but I don't need to clean my tools with warm soapy water because I used a popsicle stick. All right, so I'm going to be doing these two hearts as well, but I won't make you sit here and watch me do it. And I'll probably use different colors, candy sprinkles, and then when everything is completely dry, we'll come back and we'll put a little ribbon here to hang from your Christmas tree. So we'll be back. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of this this golden brown color around the edges of the cookie, just to make it look a little toasty. And I already started it right here. I had to stop the camera because my dog started barking. And as you can see, this is rock hard. Okay, so I bought this at the Dollar Tree, and just going to go around the edges like this. And you can choose to do this, or you can just leave it as is. It's up to you. Okay, see? Just makes it a little bit toastier. Okay, and so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to place a little bell like this at the bottom, and that's very easy. I'm just taking my bottle cap hole punch that I bought on eBay a while back, and I'm not going to squeeze real hard. You don't need to. Just barely close it, and then you have a little hole here at the bottom. And then I'm going to take a 9mm jump ring and a bell. And these are the little small bells from the Dollar Tree. And just going to open this up. This is loose enough where you can just open it with your fingers, so that's what I'm doing. Now that wouldn't be too good to use something like that on, oh good grief, what am I doing here? That wouldn't be too good to use something this pliable on jewelry, but this is a Christmas ornament, so it's a little different. Okay. Alright. So we have this, and then we're just going to add some ribbon. This is the 1/4 inch organza ribbon that I bought on the Fire Mountain Gems website. Very strong. It's actually meant for necklaces. It doesn't state that on the website, but that's what it's for. And I'm just going to cross these over, put a little dab of hot glue here at the very top, okay, right here in the middle, and then going to lay this down right here, like that. And then I'm just going to take one of these little rhinestones that I got from the 99-cent store. And I'm going to glue it right on top here in the middle. Use a little bit of hot glue. And just going to place this like that, just for extra security. If you want to, you can come in and trim down the ends a little bit more. It's up to you. Okay. And then there you have it. So I think these turned out pretty cute, and they were really easy to make. So I'm going to finish putting a cord on this one. I made this afterwards, and then I also made this one. And if you notice, I got a little bit heavier handed with the Aleene's Fake Snow than I did with this one. And I actually like these a little better, I think. So I think I was a little timid at first, not using too much, but I really like the thicker snow on these. And if you don't have these little mylar shreds here, you can also use seed beads or micro beads, anything you'd like that looks like candy. I wouldn't recommend the real candy sprinkles, otherwise you're going to have a lot of bugs and possibly ants. So, and I can't see them lasting very long on these. But I had a lot of fun with these, and just remember when you do sprinkle these on to use your popsicle stick and really kind of press these in here so they'll stay. Do the best you can. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to go ahead and put ribbon on these two, and then I'll post a picture of them. So you take care, and God bless you. Bye-bye.